flowers the first year. So you could have upwards of 75 flowers just from this one collection the very first year. Now, I want to remind everyone that when you're planting tulips, just like the alliums, you're planting them in the fall, but you're going to have the flowers bloom in the spring, and that's when the plants are actually going to, activate when that warm weather, about 50 degrees in the soil, that's going to tell them, hey, it's time to pop up out of the ground and produce your flowers. So during the fall and winter, don't worry about these. Don't have to water them. You don't have to do anything. You just have to put them in the hole, cover them up, leave them. And it's amazingly simple and fun because I planted a lot of other things this spring that every day I'm out there watering pretty often to make sure that they don't dry out. So one thing I want to mention about this collection, this is M79224. This is our Jumbo Darwin Tulip, 25 bulbs. This is going for a price of $29.28 with 3 easy payments of $9.76. If you love beauty in spring and in mass color, if you got the alliums that we just saw, these pair amazing because they're different heights. See, when you want to organize a great garden and you have, a certain amount of space, we don't just think in terms of ground space in flat dimensions. We also think in terms of height. So when we take the tulips, which are right in front of me here, and then you want to have above it, you're going to have your globe masters. You see here, the globe masters are quite a bit taller. And so you're going to have this layered effect, and they will be in bloom at the same time. As the tulips are starting to get a little tired, the globe masters are going to be just starting their shining. And so it works really well for timing out your garden, as well as giving this architectural height and distinction. There's a great history about the tulip, which is this was the most sought after bulb for decades, hundreds of years from Holland. And so we might take for granted to have 25 bulbs. In history's past, it was very hard to get even a few. And it's still hard to get certain kinds and certain varieties, specifically what you see in this collection. The Darwin tulips, these are brand new because of our connections with the breeders and growers in Holland. We basically say, what have you got that's limited and brand new? And they said, we've got this. All right, we want all of that. We want as much as we can get. So what you're seeing here, this is our first look of the year for these colors, these varieties. Golden Parade, one of my absolute favorites. This shines right out of the ground with the green strapping foliage and that beautiful like golden sun yellow. And Negrita is unique because you don't really see a lot of vibrant purple tulips in the garden. It's something that's very hard to find, actually. So between the whole collection here, it's something really special. Now, this collection, you are getting 25 pieces. If you have, if you own a house with a nice yard, 25 pieces, you're going to go through that pretty fast in terms of planting. I would recommend getting more than one set. Here are the bulbs. You can see they have a luster and a shine to them because these are farm fresh. They haven't been aged in a bag, sitting to rot and die for many months. We harvest them right out of the ground when we get your order, and we're ready to ship them. So they're full of life. And then when you put them in the ground, they know what to do. Nature takes care of the rest. That's what I love about this. It's so simple, so easy. And something, I highly recommend putting these in an area. You have to think when you plant fall bulbs, you may not have all the foliage on your trees. So you have to think in the springtime when all the trees have their flowers in their leaves, where is going to get midday sun the best? So, think about that when you're planting. Okay. And now coming up later, we have our summer blooming dwarf